Welcome everyone to another exciting night of Club 100 action. I'm BDEF100, your host, here with Electric.
How are you doing tonight?
I'm not doing too bad. Starting a little late here, running a little bit behind schedule, but both the runners are ready here. We got a best of three coming tonight, so
Yeah,
buckle in.
it'll be really exciting to see how these runners handle that dynamic, especially if we have to go to a game three. Like doing multiple runs back to back, and especially if 70 star, you'll start to see differences, especially from like less experienced runners.
Right, and
But
especially,
I think we're gonna have a really nice race tonight for sure.
oh no, I think so, and especially, the first race, you see if people want to take it safely versus, if they have to, try more exotic things later on. But anyway, we'll get to that as the race unfolds. I just wanted to make another announcement that we have picked another charity. We're now Feeding America. We are trying to raise $100 over the course of the semifinals today and tomorrow. So I hope you will be generous and donate there. And as an incentive, I am matching dollar for dollar every donation to Feeding America to the prize pool up to the first $100. So if you want to help out the runners too and help a good cause, go ahead and !donate. And follow the link there. Make a bunch of people happy. So, with that being said, I'll go ahead and check in with the runners, and we can get started.
This will certainly be an exciting one to see. I've seen Hakasay play a little bit, but I don't think I've actually seen mrlink2k too much. And of course, I'm very much looking forward to seeing the 54 stars in the game I've had to miss out on for the past couple of weeks.
Oh yeah, it's because you've been grinding 16.
Yeah, the fun category.
it it's shorter.
Yeah, I mean it's like it's the bite-sized category.
It,
Like
it
I mean it's interesting how like cutting out so much of the lobby makes the lobby not feel anywhere near as tedious as in 70 star.
it is just crazy to me. Yeah, just the stars that get picked, that the ones that are actually shorter, and just the routing, especially for no LBLJ, which I know Simply's tournament has going on. And the runners have started. Very nice.
In the meantime, until BDEF turns me up, I'll just lean in real close to the mic for the ASMR effect.
Oh, there's the volume not very good for.
Yeah, chat's saying that I'm like 1/3 your volume.
All right, let's see. I had to update a bunch of. Can you just speak for me? Just say a sentence.
The man walked down the street, and Lakitu followed him, and the man knew he was being followed, but he did not say anything because he did not know what the Lakitu was capable of. And
Um,
the Lakitu did not say anything because he did not know what the man was capable of.
that was perfect, and I think your audio is fixed.
All
So
right, sweet.
sweet. All right, so let me just try to sync up the timers, and yeah, we're in for quite a night.
Let's see these Lakitu skips coming out here. All right, mrlink2k going with the kind of interesting variant on the long jump setup. Hakasay getting the ledge grab.
Oh,
Now
yeah.
let's see as mrlink2k goes on in for bomb clip here. So Hakasay a little behind, but this is a time loss that you can easily make up pretty significantly in the lobby, especially with Womp's 100 coin. If something happens to Link2k on 100 coin, Hakasay's immediately probably in the driver's seat. Interesting camera. See up. He likes that close up of Mario.
Succeeds though, so.
We got Haka going with kind of an odd camera angle here. It's, in my opinion, at least, it's much easier to get bomb clip if you turn the camera when you grab the bomb so that you're holding up left to set your jump angle. But Haka still managing just fine, even with the kind of alt camera angle. And now, BDF, what are your slide guesses? What's on your script for tonight?
Let's see here. Definitely a 13-1 coming up for Mr. Link here. So, and then it's one of those like choose your own adventure stories. So depending on how this one plays out, you get two other choices for slide time. So, it depends on what the first time is though.
Club 100 with the revolutionary script writing. I can't say I've seen the Goosebumps Build Your Own Adventure script anywhere else. Not even Big Sip Industries has that. Link 2K dancing right past the star. preserving some of that negative momentum.
And I think that's exactly what
Okay.
gives him the .1 that was in the script, so that, the timer said 13, but he took a little extra time there. 13-1 makes sense.
And now Haka going with the PB attempt route with Womps before the slide, losing about a second on castle movement, but he's working his way through 100 coin really confidently. This half cycle going really well for him. Blue coin RNG not the greatest, not able to do the side flip. It falls right off. Oh no!
Yeah, that's not great.
I didn't even realize that he missed that red earlier. I
Yeah,
mean, I
so
guess it's not the worst thing in the world he fell since he had to
yeah,
grab it anyway.
I'm not sure what the plan there was, but all right, took care of some business.
He's moving right on along now. Link2k missing cannonless. Being an MU runner, I've always got to wonder how hard it is to get cannonless without any kind of notch. I'm sure that you can kind of develop that sense of where down is, but I'm sure it's still really easy to just be slightly out of down and not realize it.
Oh yeah, when I ran on emulator and just had to do that, it was always look at the controller and just definitely have like a visual on the controller, because it's too inconsistent otherwise. Let's see, Mr. Link's next
Texture
attempt.
setup. And it's good this time. Nice.
Took their time there.
Ledge grabs to set it, but
took their time, but they got it.
Right now, Haka coming on in to probably cannonless. Not sure if we'll be seeing any kind of owlless action from him. He's going up top, getting the fence clip here. I think maybe his single jump had gotten eaten by the staircase, so he had to just take that front flip. Really nice fence snatch. That I don't know what I was trying to say there. Like fence nudge. I don't know.
Fence snatch. Yeah, that was. Let's see what Mr. Link can do here. Gonna have to wait half a cycle. All that time to just playing with the camera.
Right. Haka with a full setup here. And he does land it, so he's saving pretty decent time on Link2k over that.
Right. Well, Mr. Link to wrap up these 100 coins here. Definitely have enough.
Yeah, he's having a pretty nice 100 coin. He's able to get that nice jump off that Thwomp's head, and you have like a really small standing area there, and it's such a mess sometimes to deal with. Heck, a nice side flip there.
I always like the ending on Wild Blue Star where you slide kick. One of the nice places you can sneak in a slide kick into this run.
Yeah. Like, everywhere that slide kicks come up, they're always so satisfying. Like for that first HMC entry after you talk to Toad, it's just, feels so nice.
I always like the one into Red Dry World coming out of the door, just going right in there when you head upstairs. That one feels pretty good.
The only thing I don't like about that one is I'm pretty sure you can't hold straight up to get the rollout into the painting. I think you have to hold like a slight upright.
Interesting.
But it's still so nice to pull off.
Oh, absolutely.
And I'll never stop being impressed by the people that go for the slide kick into LLL. Like, that's just...
Oh, yeah, no, that's
such a power play.
All right, here. So,
all right.
Remember, Hakasay definitely did Womps first, and so has to do a couple slide stars.
Yep, so he's got 2 slide stars. Meanwhile, Link just has 1 left. Nice top of the fortress from Haka. Okay, Link2k not even messing around with the triple jump.
Yeah.
I mean, for consistency's sake, I can get behind that.
Or were they just not in the setup position they like? I don't know.
So now, Link2k going back in probably for the owl here. As Haka's moving right along to his first slide. And let's see how Link approaches the owl. He's going to be just doing the standard wall kick setup. This is, like, extremely easy. It's really hard to mess up, especially because the camera movement's shared with 2 other stars. But there are much better ways of getting the owl, including you can actually do, like, an angled kick double jump to instantly grab the tree in a position that makes the owl come out and be in a position to instantly jump to where you need to actually grab the owl.
Right, yeah, no, the number of strategies there and just the insanely small time saves on a pretty quick star altogether is quite incredible. That is, and it's like Go.
Like no matter how much of those time saves you end up going for, it's still a mad consistent star. And like the common knowledge is like on console, Owlus saves 4 seconds over Owlful, but when you do all those little optimizations, you can reduce that barrier, that difference to about like 3 seconds or so.
Oh yeah, no, it's minute movement differences is add up to a lot in this game. That's why all the freaking top runners are so consistent.
Yep. No one knows about backflip owl strat. I'd love to see what this backflip owl strat is. Yes, Link2k is on MU. The distortions you see around the heads-up display, those missing a coin there on his flying. Those only happen on emulator. You would never see that on console or even WeBC.
Also, just feels very HD. Much more kind of filled in.
Oh, okay. I haven't heard about that before. I've thought before, but it just never bothered to mess around with like trying to carry momentum into the owl on purpose. But that's
Have you seen the Panin video? I think it has to be a Panin video. Who else would do it? On which direction the owl, like when the owl spins in the opposite direction, you turn the analog stick when you're holding on to them. So when you think you're going to drop off in one direction because you've been holding the stick in this direction for this long, it's pretty much exactly the opposite because it's flipping in reverse. It's bizarre.
Oh wow, that's pretty weird.
Well, no one.
I guess it's just because of like how. I'm trying to think through why that would even happen.
Well,
That's
so I'm
so
saying
weird.
either it's a bug in the code, and that just like a negative sign should be a positive sign, but or vice versa or whatever sort of thing, just reverse it. Or Nintendo kind of left it in so that like dropping from the owl would feel more random every time because you couldn't judge by what you input on the stick to where you were going to get what results. So
Yeah, and knowing Nintendo, I could definitely see them doing something like that to make it feel more like you're actually dropping from a bird or something.
right, exactly. Just like you can't do that consistently every time.
I almost wonder if it has something to do with like the way the camera is turned whenever you're grabbed onto the owl, because I believe like Mario is kind of facing in a bit of a different direction, and like he doesn't instantly snap to like straightforward like normal after you
Right.
let go of the owl.
Yeah, I'm not sure how they implement that owl mode, so to speak, but
And it's always a pain, like when you end up jumping on the first frame you can after activating his text box, where like you just jump into him with momentum, and like if you're not practiced with it, you're not sure where exactly he's gonna go.
And man, these runners just freaking ran through Dark World with very little issue, considering we didn't have to really speak up about anything.
Yeah, I think I saw Haka go ahead and go for the Povshig movement, and I think he did actually still get Shig with it. So
Very nice, close race out of Dark World, and wow.
now we'll be moving on along to the later lobby section of the run. Link2k, interestingly, going sideways into the painting. I'm not sure why you would do that, honestly.
Weird flex, but okay.
Right. Mario Camp setup here, kind of interesting. Oh, bonks on the bot. Okay.
Yeah, I know, that was so close.
Yeah, at least he didn't have a lot of momentum. Like,
Yeah, it's just a little bit further though, and would have been rip, or at least a retry.
yeah. And Hackett coming in with more speed and going a lot safer, a lot further down. Patronus requesting that Haka fix his colors. It's weird how somehow his colors look both washed out and too saturated at the same time.
Yeah, I know that. I'm not sure how he's accomplishing that, but yeah, when we get to some green fields, I have to turn away.
Oh, just wait for CCM and especially SL later. Oh man.
That's right, we are going to SL. I've been paying attention to 16 so much recently. Getting back into the 70 mood.
That's a fancy way to say shit. All right, Haka taking a little bit of dust there on that dive, but I think that may have been intentional just to make sure that he wouldn't end up falling off the ice bridge. Link2k for the slide skip here. looks totally fine. No real issues.
Yeah, no, that's once you know what to look for there and line up, it's pretty straightforward.
Nice moonwalk on the ending. I appreciate how easy that standard moonwalk is. The actual like pro strat there is much more menacing, but like, oh, and I say that and then Haka managing to miss it, unfortunately.
Oh yeah, I've never actually. It always just looked difficult. I've never actually looked into how he do it. But I guess he's saying it's easy.
So you roll out and you want to make sure like you're holding, I think it's like back whenever you roll out, and then like you're wanting to go to like down right and right ish. I'm not sure of exactly when you want to hit each position on the stick, but like since Mario's movement is exactly negative, like you're pretty much just wanting to let the wall guide you into the
Right. No, that makes sense.
And so as long as you like make sure you're stuck to the wall, like you'll get in there really fast. That pro strat though, like where you end up purposely clipping the little corner of those ice blocks in order to get your slide going, like that strategy is so menacing. That one's actually super hard.
And Haka awaken the penguin here so you can race him.
And like, I wonder if the penguin has like a normal sledding buddy that he's waiting for or something. Like, why else is he just waiting up there? I mean, there's an instant teleport from the bottom of the mountain to the top.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
he can just slide on down, go take the teleport, and slide on down again. Why is he just waiting there?
Yeah, no, that's a little bizarre. I mean, it might be. It's warm inside for sure. I think it's gonna be cold outside, so I'd rather wait inside.
Fair.
Might be a waiting for Godot situation though.
And I mean, like this area looks so cavernous that it probably does get some extra heat from like the Earth's core or something.
You would think, you know.
Although, if that were the case, how is this ice slope still here? I mean, it does look like it's half melted at some point and refrozen.
Right. I mean, do they have a Zamboni they run down the slide? Because I mean, you gotta think this is kind of proper, you know, and like the shortcut can't stay maintained the whole time without them actually maintaining the shortcut. So you know that's.
Yeah, and what do they even use for the shortcut? Is that just like an ice drilling rig or something, like the Underminer?
Man,
Like,
what was the plan? Did the builders just go? It's just like, yeah, no, just don't tell them we put it there. Just cover it up with some of this nice texture. Boom, done.
it is just pile the snow up here. So,
Yeah.
so you want this to be like a leaf pit trap? Yeah, exactly.
Uh, yeah, some of the design decisions around this castle are not the most straightforward.
Like, who needs so many rooms just for individual paintings or copies of individual paintings? Like, come on, Peach. We know that you're a bougie bitch. Like,
And they start, you know,
calm down.
when you start copying paintings, everyone knows that you're trying too hard, basically. When you start like, oh, didn't I see this painting in the other room?
Right, Haka with the nice boot entry there. Oh, and mrlink2k just losing a third of a second to not opening the correct door. So sorry. Haka saving that third of a second.
I mean, it adds up. I mean, we're gonna see that door what, two or one more time, man.
And so he does open the left-hand door on that one. Like, I think he probably opened the right door on purpose for like his movement setup for the inside of the mansion. I've seen some people will use a setup that opens the right door, but well, in my opinion, at least, when there are setups that exist that use the left door, you may as well use those instead.
Yeah, no, I know I've definitely just, it's like, well, I'm lined up here. Wow, look at this, what we have right here.
Perfect sync.
The sink. Wow, that's so close.
Oh, and now Haka takes the lead just due to a better BBH entry here.
I mean, it's a difficult level to enter. And also, another place where I love a slide kick is you can get right behind the ghost and then it triggers it. It's perfect.
Oh, wow, nice. Yeah, I've tended to mainly try to use the dive setups or like ground pounds, and I have varying degrees of success. All right, now headed down to the basement. This is really where the nerves and anxiety start to kick in for 70 star, because you know what's coming. Like, especially on PB attempts, you have a really good run going. Maybe you even golded womps for once, and it just you know what's ahead.
Or like these runners,
It's lurking like a beast in the shadows.
they had good dark worlds, and it's like, how often is it? Okay, I finally had a good dark world, you know, in here, and all right, great misp grabs. We're off to a good start then.
Just picking up the quick freebie star, and then we're headed on into Shifting Sandland, home of the one, the only Pillarless. Let's see it happen. Oh,
Oh,
Haka punching right past the bomb, so he's just going to go ahead and take a backup from the very start here. Meanwhile, mrlink2k ends up blowing up his bomb, looks like, or just failing the grab, period.
and
So
both go
Haka
for the
taking the...
same backups, too.
Yeah. You want to go for this Talon backup first, since it is the one that loses the least time
Oh
compared to
no,
its normal
Mr. Link.
counterpart. mrlink2k right out... Oh, the slope causing a death!
Yep,
He
that
didn't even
was
have time to jump!
right on the edge there. That they have like about a centimeter on that edge there to. Oh yeah, no, that's terrible.
All right, so we got a big bomb grab. Haka does have the regrab here. Just needs to get to the pyramid. He's jumping off that standard polygon. He's on the pyramid now, lining himself up,
Oh
and he's
no.
in there. mrlink2k almost going right into the
Yeah, no,
pyramid.
I was thinking that was gonna happen. I was just terrified already.
And so Haka, alongside that earlier CCM 18 decision, he's pretty well done with all the difficulty in SSL. Now just heading right to the top of the pyramid. Really, really nice jump there. It can be really hard to actually build up enough speed and maintain that speed all the way to the pyramid. Like you see mrlink2k here, he had to do a pretty decent amount. Oh wait, I didn't.
Did he
Oh
just?
no.
Yeah,
He did just.
he did just. Yeah, no, we have replay, so we're gonna be able to see that. Oh, that's not the best SSL going for Mr. Link here.
Yeah, I think he was expecting a jump dive to be able to come out there, but he was just way too close to that corner. All right, now Haka, oh, failing the speed kick there, so taking an additional dive, but really nice recovery.
And we're done. Oh, oops! I need to fix the label here. This is not the quarterfinals anymore. This is the semifinals.
Now Haka going for reds here. Pretty all right movement. He's taking his turns there a little bit wide, but for safety's sake, I can definitely support it. It's hard unless you're like actually timing and viewing the time of each red coin grab to realize how much time you can lose in just that red coin maze alone. It's easy to lose like half a second just due to your turns not quite being as clean as they can be. And like I feel like a lot of people that have moved on to like the jump diving setup for the intro would actually be able to get better times with the long jump setup if they improve their maze movement.
Right, and it's actually a very fun start of practice, I find, because like you once you're jump diving and have the distances right around lava, like you're pretty comfortable with the movement pretty much anywhere else. Like if you can avoid the lava and just get the distances right, you pretty much understand the movement. So
yeah, like LLO Reds is one of those stars that I always will practice first because it's not very hard to get into from like starting from a day or so of not playing or something. But it also like helps you kind of remember and get a feel for how exactly Mario moves, especially with those Reds turns.
right, I mean, if you're using the Usamune ROM, you can get probably 3 attempts in a minute.
Oh yeah, easy.
Like just easy. So
I mean, if you're getting optimal times, you can get like basically 4 attempts.
yeah, and I'm allowing you to take a break, take a breather, and just light up a smoke maybe or something.
Now, Haka heading over for Big Bully time. mrlink2k as well. This is another star that's also like easy to lose some time to on the intro if you don't end up like with the right camera. And you have to like take some strafing movement and stuff. Nice ending from Haka there with the long jumps.
You think the bully
mrlink2k
movement would
playing
be?
a little more conservative.
You think the bully movement would be just super consistent after, just like there's a couple of moves you need to get him in the right position, and then it's done, and then you can see it go horribly wrong.
Yeah. And the triple bullies especially, you can see go really wrong sometimes. Like Haka just trying to play really, really consistently with this slope here. Like he's starting way off to the left, and it ends up taking the ledge grab. Oh, and starting to get bullied already.
Oof.
Oh, and Link2k also getting pretty well bodied. One of the bullies sacrificing himself just to let the other one have a punch at him. But finally, both players are going to be completing.
Oh,
Link2k not able to get a ground pound out.
no one
Oh
can.
boy.
All right, so yep, there we go.
Just
It's a big oof.
straight up bodied.
So the question is, I think Mr. Link, we've seen a few mistakes add up in the past couple of splits. Can they recover? Can they put that mindset? That's not gonna help them by bonking into the painting. That's really just. Can they put it aside? Can they? He's hitting the bullet. There's
Oh.
just nothing going right here right now. Even I think they're focused. I think they're back into it. That just.
Yeah, when things like that start happening, it's so easy for your mentality to start spiraling out of control. But he's got a decent elevator tour.
Right, it's easy to focus on the race, or don't focus on the race. Focus on your own run. Just get back into the swing of things. You can easily turn it around. Still plenty of race left. We're not even into second Bowser yet. We don't even have half the stars.
Yep.
Pretty nice reds from Mr. Link.
All right, now Haka. I feel like Haka's just going to be going for rear sub. I don't expect him to be trying front sub out with this run. He could prove me wrong.
In game one of a best of three, yeah, I can't imagine why you would.
And now Link2k going to be joining him in the very, very fast-paced and exciting water stage.
Well, I mean, it's because Mario can move so fast in water that it just it has that hype beat, so lots of beats per minute.
And like at least the stage has really good music. Like that's
the composer. Yeah, no, they did fantastic job. Nice recovery from Haka there, because that could have gone very wrong.
Yeah, that was really, really quick thinking from him. Oh, the replay not quite hitting the exact moment, but yeah, that was. I think he just went a little bit too far before the side flip came out. Because like jumps from water are just weird to try to time and try to properly distance.
Right, and just it depends on what your momentum is, so it's gonna have a huge effect on the result, as anyone who has jumped on the back sub can tell you. That looked pretty good. Manta star from Haka, right? Didn't see any major problems there.
And nothing really to speak of.
Need to tune this replay. It's way too short.
Oh, and diving a little bit past the fire seat entry here, but I need to make his way back inside. I genuinely expected him to start the no reds movement. That's how used to 16 I am right now.
Like, no, and right, you're just like, what are these people doing extra, movement for? That's not.
Why is he going to the left?
Yeah, it's just, man, he's playing this really safe, collecting lots of extra coins.
Right, avoiding that ledge grab there. He's still handily on lava boost pace. Yeah, gonna be very, very clean lava boost from Haka. Nice to see.
Yeah, no, that's looking really smooth so far.
Oh,
just
failing
as I
to roll
say.
out though, unfortunately. Okay, he's gonna clear all the way to the heart at least.
Yeah,
so
they
gonna
had
be
the
converting to a
distance.
bad ending.
Yeah, I've just been grinding this 16 fire seed recently too, because really got my times down recently just by a few. Actually doing what the YouTube videos suggest is amazing.
It's so true.
I think I watched.
What's your PB on it now?
Oh, my PB is still ridiculous, like 21, 22 or something. But this route to sub 20 is pretty clear, and especially now I've just been watching Blue Bob's beginner tutorial, basically just play through like beginner strats. It's like, wow, I should get better.
Yeah, it's like the one thing that's kind of bad about 16 star is just that it doesn't show you a ton of movement. So like
Right.
if you're not also running a category like 70, it's hard to like dynamically improve at it.
Right. Right.
Like I had to grind for a long time before I was able to get a sub 20, and then I moved on to 16 star for a few months, came back and like almost immediately dropped to like now I have like a high 17.
Right. Yeah. No, 70. Like you always go back, from playing 70 to 16. And go, wow, this feels so much better and smooth. And I just, 70 gives you much more, room to expand, your skill.
Yep. And like I've been putting a ton of time into No Red's Fire Sea, and like it's honestly easy now that I've spent so much time with like standard Red's Fire Sea for 70.
Right.
And
And
like I
then
still can't get lava boost consistently in runs, but like I can now get the early cycle for No Reds consistently in 16 runs, which is really nice to see.
right, and it's just like when you have cycles, it's like that there are even too many options. It's either you're getting there or you're not. So
Yeah, and Fire Sea is the worst about that. Like it like you lose so much time and you have almost no leeway to
yeah,
not lose
yeah,
that time.
the clearances on whether you make it or not are very thin in Fire Sea. So
Yeah, it really sucks out like one errant ledge grab just completely kills your chance of being able to get lava boost, for instance.
well, it's just every either GSA or Ruby Mill race you'll see it's just like, oh, I wonder if they're so far on cycle, oh, and they take a ledge grab.
Yup. Now, Haka working his way really nicely through Wet Dry 100. This star, I feel like, is a tad underrated in its difficulty to do really fast consistently. Like it's one that you have to spend a lot of time with, and you don't have like the egregious failures like with Womps 100 or TTC 100, but like almost every element of it has to be optimized and has to take a lot of time to be optimized. Like I for a while before I started focusing on this star, I was getting like I think 130s for a lot of my times,
Mm-hmm.
and it wasn't until I put like significant time into it that I started getting more in the range of like low 120s. And I think like your desired times are like your final secret star grab should be like below a 120 if you did it really well.
It's so when you're just a beginner and you're going, it's just like, how hard could that be? Blah blah blah. It's that move, and you're just like, oh my god, it's like move Mario in a straight line, please.
Right.
It's like, let's get that straightened out first.
And then of course like all the RNG coming from all the enemy spawns and everything else, like the Skeeter RNG is just the worst throughout
Oh
this
yeah,
star, and Link2k having to miss a coin already.
yeah. Skeeter's fun because it's basically RNG where they show up and where the coins, fly off to. So
Yeah, and like I'm pretty sure like with the very intro Skeeter, like if the coin RNG is bad enough, you could have to miss a coin right at the very start of the route. Like I think that there's a setup that you can use that will make sure that you grab the coins most of the time, but I'm pretty sure there's some patterns that still exist where you're not able to actually grab them all.
how are there coin boxes in this game with 3 coins inside? That is just
I
skimpy.
know that it feels pointless,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, they at least have 5. I mean, you got like 3. Oh, thanks. I found it was inside this box. 2 more than a regular coin.
This is like you gave me a yellow and a red coin at once. Like, give me a blue coin switch or something.
Yeah,
Please.
just what's even the point?
Like you gotta wonder about like coin placements and coin distribution in this game. Like how JRB has I think like 104 in vanilla game, and yet like WOMS has like 140 something. Like did they just get different people to put the coins in different stages?
I mean, I would love to be a fly on the wall of the design process for this entire game, the levels and everything. The background, kind of blurry world you see in the background of the levels here. What Dry World is the only one that's an actual location on Earth.
It's some like city in Spain, I believe, right?
Yeah, somewhere in Europe. So
Oh, Link falling down the elevator shaft here. Let's see if he's able to get back up, and he is before the elevator leaves him behind,
and then just hops
losing
on the
significant
elevator,
time.
loses time, but just hops on the elevator for safety and doesn't try to wall kick all the way up. So yeah, it's gonna lose
And
him a little bit of
Haka with
time.
really nice secrets here. Like he's really pulling ahead here in the upstairs. Taking a little bit of an issue there, but like overall, really clean execution on that star.
So yeah, you're right. You're starting to see the really Haka, take the lead, kind of run with it. Still plenty of race left, so you never want to say anything for sure. And
I'm
Tippy.
really curious to see Haka's performance in TTM, because it looks like he's like really feeling himself with the way he's playing right now. So, and are we gonna see a mountain clip coming out here? No mountain clip, just taking the mountain clip style movement for this around the mountain movement.
Right, just maybe if I'm going to be walking around the mountain anyway, might as well try to line up there as much as possible.
Yeah.
And Mr. Link, wrapping up wet dry world, is going to be headed into THI. Let's see what they can do with secrets. Not looking too bad. I don't think that was as smooth as Hakka's, but
yeah, his inning was better at least, but
and finishing. So I'm not sure what splits Hakka is using, but I believe they just went. They were bred on the old split, so they're behind whatever pace they were tracking.
let's see, is mrlink2k going for nope, just the same type of movement as Hakka here, just a little bit more kind of angular, losing a little bit of time to just taking some like strange turns. Hakka with first log wall kick here, having to go ahead and just take the kick instead of a triple though, unfortunately. And 2 wall kicks, but he is behind the waterfall now. Got the start in hand.
It looks like Hakka must be tracking against PB 51.46, so looks like they are plus 8 seconds coming out of their THI split. So,
oh wow, that's not very much at all.
No.
Of course, Tippy just does terrible things to runs, but who knows?
He still rather would go into Tippy with a lower time than a higher time. So
exactly. Yep.
all Tippies being equal, which they are not. So we'll keep an eye on Hakka splits because they might be on a run. Or just faking me out and they use race splits or something. But
now let's go ahead and see Hakka's reds along the mushrooms here are pretty fine. Let's see his maze movement. Played the mushrooms really safe. Oh, missing the little wall there. It's decently hard to avoid like taking that half bonk on that wall.
Right, just especially with the lag timing and trying to get line up. Although they didn't take too much lag there, as much as I was expecting, at least.
Right, that C-up cam definitely helps a lot with the lag.
Oh, I thought Mr. Link was just gonna miss that.
Right, Hakka setting up his blasted lonely mushroom real quick.
And blasted. Huh,
okay.
Yeah,
interesting strat there.
Yeah, I never seen that sort of movement to get to the waterfall star, but
I mean, in my opinion, if you're gonna back off from the wall kick strat, like you may as well just do the front flip strat. That strat is entirely free, in my opinion. Like you long jump to the same wall that you would normally wall kick off of, but you purposely long jump a bit to the left so that you ledge grab instead. And then when you're on that platform, you just set up a front flip, just holding, I think, directly forward works, and you just slide right in.
Oh wow, yeah, I've never tried that. Never tried for anything more complex than the beginner movement.
Yeah, I have always kind of liked that slide kick from the bridge though. That's always been a
strat. Again, slide kick. There's whenever you can sneak those in,
cool.
They just look so cool, man.
I wonder if there'll ever be a day in this game that people in RTA are going for like momentum conservation slide kicks or something. Like you slide down a slope with a slide kick, so you build up a bunch of speed. Like the very start of that, I think it's Mario 64 Sapphire, that ROM hack.
Yeah,
Like
right.
I remember watching Triforce grinding for record, and I think it was Zero Star, and like he was doing a slide on down a slope at the very beginning of the run into like a momentum conservation.
That's insane. Mr. Link not having a great TTM Reds here, for being honest.
This is not what you want to see from Reds.
I mean, the best
Having a
thing you can
lot of
say
trouble
about
just
it,
getting up.
the best thing you can say about it is that they didn't take a death.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah, people do that in SSL Reds, and there's some people that do that for Sky Jumps beginning too, I believe.
And let's see what Mr. Link is now. All right, Hack is already in Snowman's Land. This is where you start to feel like, okay, we're getting to kind of the end here. Mr. Link definitely going to need to either see some mistakes from Haka or some really impressive movement to start closing the gap here.
Yeah, and I think generally like Link2k has just had a few problems with accuracy on a number of his strats, and that's really what's been costing him considerable time.
Right, although I will say it doesn't look like they're tilting or anything. You're seeing mistakes, but I don't think these are really tilt mistakes. These are just more kind of regular gameplay. So that mindset definitely, we were talking about at the beginning, definitely managed to not lose the competitive mindset.
Yeah, that's for sure. Now, Haka, moving on down to HMC real quick. Not quite able to grab Mips where he'd want to, but ultimately still getting a pretty decent grab.
Yeah, that's not too much time.
Link
Everyone's
2K is just taking some weird camera angles. Like I haven't really liked either camera angle he's used for either star and SL so far.
yeah, I don't know what they're going for. If it's an emulator thing or
It seems like based on their gameplay that they're most comfortable with angles on their stick instead of straightforward for some reason.
hmm.
Like I noticed that in Lethal Lava Land, like on one of their volcano approaches, they used like a sideways camera angle, and they must have been holding like an upright or something to get that movement down the stone path.
Huh.
So just I'm not. I feel like it might be some kind of controller thing. Like I said, like I think they might just
Oh.
be comfortable with like angles over straights for some reason. I don't know.
Right, and when you bring in emulator into it, you have a bunch of different controllers, different settings on the controllers, different dead zones, different pretty much everything. So anything goes.
I
Oh,
couldn't imagine having to run this game on any type of platform that would require me to manipulate the camera with a stick.
I had to do that when I first started speedrunning this game. It was just like, what controller do I have? All right, this PS2 style one. All
Oh
right,
no.
C buttons are a stick.
Now, Haka, interesting strat here to skip over the triple box jump. I actually, whenever I was running 70 a lot, I was doing a strat similar to that, although I was doing a wall kick like towards the up left wall. But that back wall kick, I think it would have less lag because like the left side of the room lags a ton for some reason,
Hmm.
and it looks consistent. That's one of the few strats that I like would actually. There needs to be a video on the wiki of it. Whenever I was learning the star, I don't think there was a video on the wiki of it, but like it's a nice strat to like try to learn when you're kind of tired of doing elevator clip, just because it's too free and you want to save some more time, but you're not quite ready for triple box.
They've also done a good job recently of filling in more videos on and filling out just the how tos on the Wikipedia.
Yeah. Yeah, and shout out to Drogi for like all of his tutorials he's been posting recently. He's been really going off with 16 star related tutorials.
That's right. Yeah, I need to watch the MIPS clip one. I saw that. I was like, I could use some help here. So
Right?
gonna have to check that one out in particular. But yeah, no, huge shout outs to Drogi. Just probably all these videos, just tutorials left and right.
Now, it's worth noting Link2k did go ahead and grab Snowman's Land Reds. So more than likely, they're going to be completely skipping over TTC 100 in favor of just doing Stomp on the Thwomp by itself.
Oh, interesting. It's been so long. I feel like since we've had a race where both runners have actually done the same thing there. That was a nice wall kick to get back on track to avoid the boulder. Yeah, no, that's some pro movement. Sorry, Chad, I've been somewhat ignoring you. I'm on a new computer, kind of external monitor setup, and everything's in a different place, and so it's all still weird, and I'm getting used to it. So.
mrlink2k not quite getting box jump. And yeah, getting used to a new setup is always a bit weird. Okay, Haka has his bounce, but not quite getting the jump. Probably put in A too early there. Like this is something I saw. Oh, he's actually just completely dipping out of Lakitu bounce entirely. I can't say I completely blame him, honestly, but
Yeah, for at least game one, you know.
yeah, I mean, and if he knows how far ahead he is, it's like, why would I want to risk losing my lead to 10-second time save that now I'm not going to be saving all of?
It's crazy though, because I think we were just talking in Thero's chat, trying to convince Thero. It's just like Vladika bounce isn't that bad, you know. Just grind it out a little bit, and you know it's not too bad. At least then you have the option, you know, if you need it. Because, and I've grinded that star quite a bit, and now it's one of the ones I now warm up with all the time because it's fun.
Yeah, I would definitely encourage, like, not absolute beginner players, but some newer players I would encourage to just mess around with it and try to learn it. Like, I ended up just absolutely despising the cruiser movement. So I just
Right. No, me
learned
too.
Lakitu bounce from the
Me
beginning.
too. Me too. Latitude bounce is so much easier than the new movements.
Like, just fuck the cruiser. That stupid like, what I really hate is that stupid log that's poking out right in front of where you're about to need a ledge grab.
Right.
So your speed has to be like exactly right if you don't want to hit that damn thing and you still want the grab.
Oh,
Like,
I know. It's just
it's so
absurd.
stupid.
It's just absurd. And the breezes on Cruiser itself are just like, thanks, bros. Thanks.
Haka taking a little bit of a bop on his triangles movement, but really quick back up there. And yeah, Rainbow Ride is a great warm-up stage. I love warming up with Swinging in the Breeze. That strat is just so nice to pull off, and like it's one that you need to grind for the consistency, but it's fun to grind too. Same with Tricky Triangles. I love the Tricky Triangles movement.
Oh yeah, no, that
it's so satisfying to pull it off right.
I mean, any level, you know, it just basically it just like has no floor. It just you're just hopping around from piece to piece.
Yeah.
It really is just true platforming.
And mrlink2k, weird wall kick, but okay.
Yeah, that was just. Did they just glitchy wall kick? What?
All right, now Haka, time stopped going into TTC. More than likely, you're going to be starting the 100 coin, and yep, confirmation now. Starting off with a front flip, oddly enough, for the 10 coin box.
And Mr. Link had a good Lakitu bounce, so.
It's going to be some decent time save over Haka, and now Haka is going to have to take the backup triple. He's already lost like a few seconds at the very outset of TTC 100 here.
Right, and that's also interesting with Mr. Link. We were just saying, you know, they're playing it safe for much of the run or some of the strats, but busts out that bounce right there. So
some nice movement coming out from Haka so far. Like just a couple seconds lost here and there on like little tiny bits of movement, but overall, like this is really, really nicely executed. And whatever you have to do to make this star consistent, like it's just completely acceptable. You need this star to work and not die.
Yeah, it was nice. And then that one coin bouncing off in the opposite direction, they've realized they don't need it and just move on.
Oh, taking the ledge grab on the thwomp, though, coming a little bit too high with his wall kick. And really, really, we need a replay on that. Replay that. That was so tight.
We shall see that.
Having to go for this backup here. Like, the thwomp coming up, but he barely manages to pull that side flip off in time.
Man, we were talking about clearances earlier. That one was... it's tiny.
At least he didn't have to do a kick for that. Like, have you seen Pannon's newest video, Seeing the Unseen?
No, because it's an hour long, and I was just like, I need more time to watch this.
Yeah, I started watching it but didn't finish it because I was like, I need to be able to pay attention when I
Yeah,
watch it. There's
exactly.
a
It's
bunch of
one.
useful information there.
Yeah. PKT
PK
distinct.
Distinct, thanks for the party of 6 raid.
I
How are you doing,
appreciate it.
PK District?
Yeah, that's dope. Thank you. Hope you are enjoying. We're getting to the end of race 1 here.
Right, Haka, nice time moving triple wall kick there. And yeah, I'm sorry. Every time I see PKT's name, I can't help but read it as PKT District. I don't know why. That's just how my brain works.
I can never see Scotch and Tie Guy's name as anything straight. I think the first time he like hosted me or followed, I was just like, "Thanks, Scotch." Blah, blah, hey. I probably screwed that up.
Oh, mrlink2k falling
Wow,
way
that was
down
so,
here.
yeah.
Gonna go ahead and just go into reds.
I'm just kind of curious what happened there.
So I guess he didn't like the triple, but I don't know what he was planning on doing besides. Like, going around takes a long time.
Yeah, that was. Well, they got their backup. And wow, we are really almost at the end here.
Viper's coming out in chat from PKT District, who does not like the mislabeling of his name. All right, nice time jumps here from Haka. Lining up that wall kick alongside the camera turning on you it's a unique thing.
Yeah, anytime the camera basically just turns on you just unexpectedly or in a way you don't want it to, is that it's trying to follow how Mario is facing to the best it can, and oh, Mr. Link not going to get that timing. That would have been so nice for the thwomp.
All right, now Haka is done with TTC. I saw that those splits were still red as he was about to split, so I don't think that we're on true PB pace. You said his PB was like a mid 51, right?
I believe so, or a kind of high 51, 51.46. I'm just looking at their stream. Whatever splits they're using, they're +7 on them.
And yeah, I doubt that he has 7 seconds of time saving bits, but I mean, you never know.
You never know, but they have actually
expect the good bits to be like within a minute 30 after this point. So I think there's a barely chance if it's like a completely perfect bits. Let's see. And he's gonna be missing the triple there.
That is not going to be a perfect
play
bits.
it super safe. He's trying to play it safe and back away from Pro Cycle, but then just the triple not quite coming out.
Yep. Ugh. So probably not going to save the 7 seconds there that they needed.
Yeah, that's really unfortunate, but I mean, hey, we do have another game coming right on up.
Okay, speedrun.com says 51.49.
mrlink2k almost bonking right out of that area. Like, I think that's the second bonk that mrlink2k, yeah, alongside Skyjump. He's taken 2 bonks that should have made him fall.
Oh, jeez. Oh.
Just mad lucky.
Jeez, yeah, just getting the right angles, man. Oh, Haka getting burned. Do we have a place to sign up for comms? Just let me know. You can join the Discord or reach out to me. Just private message on Discord if you're interested in comms. But I'll probably just end up telling you to join the Discord. So do that.
All right, now let's see Haka moving on in for his final Bowser fight. 3 throws and he'll be done here. There goes one, winding up pretty significantly. I think that was like a 3 spin there. I'll echo a number of top players. That was a nice second spin there. I'll echo a lot of top players. Like, it's honestly easier to do 2-spin throws than 3-spin throws, in my opinion.
That's crazy that they can get anything that consistent. Honestly, considering my experience with Bowser throws.
Yeah, like it's something you got to put a lot of time into, and like it's one of those things a lot like mashing. Like if you feel like you mash too slowly, as long as you like try to mash regularly and like run things like 16 star, like you'll get better at mashing. Same with spinning the stick. Like if you can't spin fast enough for 2-spin throws, like just keep it the 3-spin and trying to go as fast as you can, and eventually you will start spinning faster.
Huh, man, that's actually I probably should put some time into it. That's really what it comes down to. Is if you put some time into it, you can generally get some things. So, and of course we Hakasay finishing with a 52-26. Going to take the victory in our game one out of the best of three. Mr. Link in bits, so we probably will just finish the run here.
Okay, going for a real wide pro cycle type triple jump, and not quite in the cycle.
They are on no sort of PB pace that I can tell, so.
And we got moving left side coming out here. Fails, but is able to back up really quickly.
Oh.
But then falls right off the wood block there. Jeez.
Oh, is that gonna? Oh.
Okay.
that was kind of slick, actually.
I've fallen down enough in practice and in runs to know that like you have to get that wall kick there, but you will be able to land on the platform.
Oh man, that's.
That's just
I
for
know.
some reason that's how the timing works out. It's
I
a
know.
bit
I'm just
odd.
wait a little bit longer because, damn.
It looks scary. It looks so scary. And Link2k not wanting to avoid any of the wind apparently. Off to the sides, the wind actually cuts off way earlier, so you're able to actually exit normal movement a little earlier and save some time there.
Let's see if Mr. Link can wrap it up here. Taking a hit from Bowser. Bowser already wanting to spew lava, but doesn't get a chance to.
Link2k's got one throw, two throws now. Nice spinning going on here. And the third throw a little bit left, unfortunately.
Oh,
But
that's. I was so hopeful.
now one still a little too far left. Just a little bit too much of a bias there. Okay, one last throw. Come on. There we go.
Beautiful.
All right. Link2k securing a 55. I think that's going to be a high 1x. Yeah, especially since it's in the middle of the arena.
Yep.
GG's to Link2k as well.
GG's to both the runners. GG's to Hakasay for the victory there. I think we'll give our runners a chance to take a little short, few minute break before we head into game two.
So while these guys are taking a break, like what are your thoughts going on into game two based on how these guys played in game one?
You got to think, I think we saw some conservative, some safe movement in game one that I think maybe the better movement or the kind of more riskier strats will be unveiled in game two, especially for Mr. Link, who might have to go. You know what? I have to take a game here at least to stay alive. So, there's no real punishment for punishment beyond just losing a bunch of time that you normally would anyway if you're gonna try a risky strat. So.
And not having seen a lot of Link2k's play, I am curious if he's adept at TTC 100 and might decide to go ahead and put that back into his run. I wouldn't really expect it, because I know whenever I was maining the non-TTC 100 route, I wasn't even practicing TTC 100 at the time, which was stupid. But so, like, I think we're going to be seeing probably the same route again from Link2k, but I'm wondering if like there might have been some nerves going on or something. There were a lot of little bits of movement that I saw that were just a little bit awkward. Like he would take like some weird wide angles on certain things that would lose him some time. He like you said earlier, it's really hard to get Mario to run in a straight line sometimes, and it was kind of seeming that way occasionally on Link2k's side. And I mean, it's also going to be a lot up to Hakasay being able to maintain the consistency that he had throughout that first run. He made very, very few mistakes at all, really, through the whole thing.
No, yeah, that was besides the death of the bits there. They seem to be on pretty much on a very close to PB pace. So the consistency very, very good in Hakasay's favor. So.
Yeah.
Now would be probably a good time to remind everyone this is a charity fundraiser, so we are now raising money for Feeding America. I am matching dollar for dollar up to the first $100 in donations, so be generous. I'll support the prize pool if you guys support, the charity. So, exclamation point donate to get the link. I should probably just be a good streamer and do that myself if I can type and talk at the same time. Of course, the our charity fundraiser is Mario Bonks for food banks. So yeah, no, and do something neat for like every time you see a Mario Bonk, donate $1. We could easily, if we have a few races, easily raise thousands and thousands of dollars. So. And also, if you donate, you get your name on screen. If you keep the the largest donation, you get your name it stays on screen. Someone made like a $70 donation earlier in the season to another charity, and their name was just on stream like kind of the whole season. I had no idea who BMO was, but props to you for your big donation. Oh, and I guess also I should probably update. It's not COVID charity anymore on stream, is it? I want to get a food bank in because I feel like they seem like they could use the support right now.
Yeah, I can't imagine how hard like all kinds of charity organizations are being hit right now and how starved for resources they are. So any little bit ultimately helps.
Yeah, that was the first one I reached out to, and I was just like, well, who should I donate to? So, and getting Mr. Link getting a hyperspeed here on emulator. So, I think they are back. Cool. So the runners just need a couple more minutes, but otherwise, good to go for game 2, which Mr. Link really needs to take to stay alive.
Yep, the power's in his hands at this point. If he's able to put up a really, really nice run that Haka just can't answer, he's able to force a game 3. But
yeah, definitely looking like the gods are looking in Hakasay's way today. He's currying their favor, but you never know what's going to happen here.
I mean, with 70 star, like it's easy for all kinds of things to happen throughout the run. So, like Haka putting up a time that was so close to his PB is really impressive, but like it's really, really hard to do that every single run.
Right, let's see if that was a fluke or if that really just that consistency there from Haka. I wouldn't be surprised if it's a consistency, but just playing that close to your PB the whole time is very, very difficult. Okay, and it looks like the runners are ready. And they can start. I'm not sure they knew I was counting down already, but let's see what happens. Yeah, it doesn't look too bad actually.
Yeah, only a second or two of disparity there.
Nice. Let's go ahead and try to sync up the timers.
All right. Going through the intro real quick, and we'll be right on our way. I am curious to see mrlink2k's Lakitu skip again, because his setup was kind of interesting. It's like he started with the long jump angle setup, but then at the very end, like kind of did an adjustment and ended up with an angle basically dead on down the bridge.
And Oddcat coming out here with the Cool Cat Gang energy, the Saramu Gang. So definitely seeing some positive vibes for Mr. Link at the beginning of this race.
We got representatives of two Mario 64 kind of centric teams, both Cringy Sports and Cool Cat Gang, representing today for this race.
Right, and I like to think they have a pretty nice rivalry going, and a nice, friendly but uh, fun rivalry. So it's fun to have a representative from each here, and yeah, can't wait to see what happens.
Now, Link2k, like, still pulling off that just kind of wonky Lakitu skip setup, but hey, if it looks stupid but it works, it ain't stupid.
Yeah, ultimately,
Hakasay with a much more traditional angle setup.
Yeah, ultimately, consistency matters most. If you can get the most things, it doesn't matter if they're a little bit slower, but if you can nail them first time, and you're in good shape.
Yeah, I mean, it's a pick your poison of whether you'd want to lose 0.1 every run or lose 8 seconds some runs.
Yeah, it's.
And I think the choice should be pretty obvious.
Look like Mr. Link having the lead here out of Bob, and then immediately go on their different routes, and so we're not going to have a great comparison.
Yeah, I wonder, like, if it's just comfortability that's making Haka go back into this route, because, like, I mean that there isn't really a reason to go for Womps first in a race scenario since you're not having to reset. Like, it makes sense from a PB perspective since you want to get the stage out of the way as quickly as you can, but like in a race setting, I feel like you should just take that extra second of castle movement by going up to the slide.
Well, they have splits on their PB for it, so it must just be they're going with what they want to compare against their PB, and their PB has it, so.
That's a good point, yeah. Might just be that Hakasay doesn't want to have to skip early splits.
I wonder how much they're paying attention to both the other racer and their own splits in this, or if they kind of zone out and just try to focus on just the movement in front of them.
Yeah, I feel like it'd be a lot harder to play consistently if you were constantly glancing over at your opponent's screen. And I've seen a lot of people talk about racing blind for that reason, and I do the same myself. Like I try to have as little distraction as possible.
Right, yeah, I'm not interested in anytime I race what my opponents are doing. Unless it's Thero and he's losing to me, in which case I'd love to hear updates. Mr. Link with the backward sliding movement on red coin there. Oh, missing the speed kick they need to. So they're definitely going to be missing some time here. Oh, with the
that mid-air kick can be finicky. Like you want to make sure you're hitting B with the stick still behind you for sure. Kind of interesting routing here.
So
taking
instead
those
of
kicks on the back of the swamp.
Right, so he gets the coins there and doesn't have to wait up here.
Smart thinking. That's a big brain play, honestly.
Yeah, I've not seen that before, but that's clever.
Okay, wait, why is? Oh man, that just went south real quick.
Man, just in the same split second, two things went wrong.
And like I'm thinking about it, he didn't really have a reason to grab that line. Like he got at least like 9 coins.
Right, yeah, no, exactly. Just like had the plenty of
the piranha in the line entirely.
The
like,
one,
what?
the one thing they were not itching for there was coins.
Yeah, like I'm not understanding that decision now. Maybe he just wanted to make sure that he'd have his 100 like with this final red, but like as you can see now, he's having to still go to the circle anyway. Okay.
Oh man, that would be such a hype time save, is just hitting with the last red there.
I mean, if you're gonna get a late cycle, that's honestly probably the way to do it. Go ahead and
Nice.
get as many Thwomp coins as possible, continue the route as normal, and then just you don't have to actually take that like detour over to a ring of coins.
Well, now I want to see that in a race.
That'd be a wild route for sure. And like you'd only need 8 coins to skip over the whole ring, so that'd be easily doable from a thwomp from 3 kicks on its back.
Right, and it's funny, and then just like, hey, I mean, nothing makes up for missing that cycle, but it does look kind of cool.
Yeah. Now, Haka destroying a big slab of concrete's hopes and dreams. And meanwhile, Link2k is going to be moving on in for about the same star.
But props to Nintendo for teaching us that concrete can have hopes and dreams.
Yeah, I feel like this is how people learn that inanimate objects can have feelings. Link2k getting a firstie there and no Simp Owlus setup, so no Owlus for him. Gonna be okay, taking some adjustment real quick. His angle's still off, and
Yeah,
of
that didn't.
course, getting a firstie yet again. Insult to injury there. His angle, I think, was still off there. Oh man, he is melting trying this strat out.
Did we not? Did Drogi have a tutorial on this yet, or was that we're gonna have to just refer back to Simplies?
Let's see, Drogi's had a tutorial on this, and who else has a tutorial on this? Oh, that's right, Hakasay. Genuinely, Hakasay does have an Alice tutorial.
Well, I hope so. I hope Mr. Link is watching the competition stream. Drogi did, yeah, good. So Drogi, again, props to Drogi.
The only thing that I don't like about Haka and Drogi's tutorials is that they don't go over Simp Owlus, which I find kind of a weird decision. Because for me personally, I value the ability to get Owlus with a firstie more so than like the more awkward setup that Simp Owlus takes.
We're in such a golden age of tutorial videos on all this stuff too. So
yeah, the fact that I'm able to reference 3 separate videos with like some different tips in each one, like it's wild.
Right, and what I like is that like there's definitely this kind of building, and you can see like kind of the first generation of videos, and now it's just like, well, we've learned all that stuff, so now we can like take this, compare them, contrast the different methods, and it's fascinating. There's second wave already.
Yeah, we have like before the tutorial videos would just be input display videos, which are valuable, but you'll have to personally take them and like frame by frame step through them, record your own footage, compare your footage to that footage. Like it could be a huge hassle to learn something and learn exactly how movement works with that type of deal. But now we have tutorials made by guys that understand tricks well enough and they're able to explain them. Like Drogi's Alice tutorial going over like, here are the 5 things you need to make sure you have optimized in order to make your best chance at Alice.
And I feel like we have the movement optimized, or the routing optimized, the movement optimized, the inputs optimized. Like it's impressive.
Now we just need to optimize the YouTube channel.
I mean the optimizing or just for lag, and just Simply's big on that, and just always saying it's just like there's a big spreadsheet, or whoever was compiled all the lag frames basically where you can save time.
Yeah, that's part of like the overarching Usamoon project, like the Usamoon lag library.
Right.
And you can also find, of course, like the Usamoon RTA single star spreadsheet, and that is such a valuable resource. I've improved so much since I started studying that.
It's amazing how much you can improve by just being like, oh, I want to copy this, and just like focusing on it, and just like, I was trying for some single star, I believe it was Womps Reds without 100 because it's just single star, and I just wanted to cry after, because the movement at the beginning of the tree is so quick to make the cycle is just so sad.
Yeah, I vaguely remember Drogi's old tutorial, but I'm not surprised if he deleted it to make room for the new one. It's just I'm a little surprised that they didn't mention that, like, if you set up your opener further to the right and then make sure you hold left from the ground, you can get it with a firstie. It's like both tutorials just glancingly mention, like, with some setups you can make this with a firstie, but they don't go into detail on what that setup actually is. You have to find Simp's older video to get like his perspective on it. But like that's me nitpicking at a point.
Oh
like,
yeah,
like the rest of the tutorial is super solid. That's like the only thing that I could say is wrong with it.
Right. No,
and that's like a debatable thing, because some people value like the straightforwardness of the normal setup, even though you can't get it with a firstie.
Right, and it's funny how just Simply's stuff from even just years ago has just become kind of the lore. But it's like, well, what's the first thing you should watch or read when you're getting into Super Mario 64 speedrunning. It was just like, well, simply did this movement tutorial thing like years back where he just kind of moves around the castle.
Mm-hmm.
You should watch that.
Now, like, Sean Raider has a movement tutorial. I think someone else has, like, a general movement tutorial now, too,
Right.
but I can't remember who.
Right, and Sean's is very good because I know he was focused very much on it, and like, I remember him asking us, "Hey, what would like you guys just got into speedrunning recently? What was helpful for you guys?" And it was just like, well, the movement, this, and all these videos, that, and he really went to look around what was there and try to improve and build on what was there, and not just repeat. There's a dozen different YouTubes that are just repeat the same wrong thing.
Yeah. I do wonder when someone's going to decide to try to tackle, like, a Dark World tutorial.
Whew, man, that's
That would be a beast. You'd have to spend a lot of time talking.
what I'm saying. Yeah, that's just like a beefy video, just because like there's so much, all the individual pieces and then connecting them.
Yeah, like I feel like you'd have to like break down the whole star and like talk about each of the like slightly advanced movement tech involved throughout, and then like go back through once you've talked about the basic tech and actually discuss like how, like you said, how to string it all together. Someone has one for making Shig. I'd be curious to see it because I haven't seen it before.
It's like 11 minutes. That's nice. It's what
Like,
that's what I expect. So
like I halfway expected it to be longer. Truth be told.
wow,
Oh, and
that was
Haka taking a bonk there.
that was. I'm already putting it on replay because I want to see that one again. That was the like double bonk.
It's just not quite getting the triple jump out in time. You hate to see it. Oh, and Haka losing all of his speed on the wall there. That's unfortunate.
Oh, we did just have a bonk. So if someone wanted to donate $1 to charity and get that going, that would be super hype because this is Mario bonks for food banks.
All right, and mrlink2k taking a very, very careful strat for wall kicks will work here. Oh, Haka misses the first red, so he's going to go ahead and get a backup red later on anyway. I'm thinking he'll just go for like the safety red route, even though it won't technically be a safety for him. Yeah.
That hitbox, the space between grabbing the coin and not hitting the tree is razor thin.
Yeah, and you have to be really paying attention when you enter the stage, because like if you hit the camera like C right or no, it's C down and Mario Cam. If you hit the buttons right on the same frame, you get one camera angle, but if you hit them slightly offset, you get a slightly different camera angle, and it actually will make a difference for whether you grab the coin or not. And so like to make that 100% consistent, at least in my case, I have to like watch the camera as I'm entering the stage, and if I get the camera that I know means that I had the buttons offset, I do like a really tiny nudge to the right, and I end up grabbing the coin without hitting the tree most of the time.
And
Like it takes a while to develop that sensibility, and if you have to grab the tree with the red, like it's like backing up the rest of the movement from then on is a little strange. Like it's actually kind of hard to start a slide down the slope when you don't have a bunch of speed from a jump dive rollout.
it is weird just how difficult like sliding or getting the right positioning on the sliding is just coming out of whatever you're doing coming out of that tree movement because it's like it's snow. It should behave the same way, right? Nope.
Yeah. Oh, and it's a 17-minute Dark World tutorial. Wow.
That's much more than you would expect because there's a lot to know there.
All right, mrlink2k heading on down the slide for his penguin race. 24 coins. So he doesn't have too much leeway.
Does not.
Moving on down to BBH real quick.
Oh, there's one coin missed, but I think they're okay with 52 right here. 58 here is fine, but I don't think they can miss any more. And Penguin was being a bit of a jerk right there, but collects all the coins. It's funny when you get 120 stars that it turns into a thick penguin.
Oh yeah. And see, like that's just like my point from earlier. Like he says, "Oh, I haven't had a racing buddy in so long, and so I've just been standing here." Like, wait, hold up. You've been standing here for at a minimum an additional hour and a half after I left. Come on.
Yeah, that's pretty amazing, and just also just it's like, wait a minute, so like the star powers healed the castle and you got fatter? What's going
Like
on
if you were
there?
just standing there the whole time, how did you get thick?
Yeah.
Like, was someone bringing you food?
uh,
Did you just eat anyone else that came in?
it's like this story got dark real quick.
I mean, we are headed into a literal haunted house right now, so I feel like the scarometer should go from 0 to 100 real quick.
I don't
This
apologize.
is really close right now, like almost mirroring game 1.
Yeah, no, it's such a close race.
Oh, Haka taking a fall though.
That's gonna
Okay,
help make it a close race.
actually, I am wrong. I forgot that Haka had already done Big Boo's balcony. That was my mistake.
Yeah, that's okay. Hack had definitely given some time back there to help make our dream a reality.
Link2k, I didn't see quite what happened. Did he just kill the boot on the balcony, I guess?
I think so.
Just to be safe?
Pretty much.
All right, Haka. Basement time. One quick ground pound for good luck.
You gotta have the good luck ground pounds. I mean, otherwise you're going in without luck, and that can screw you over.
Oh, he bonked going for the long jump kill. Okay.
Mr. Link having much better luck at the balcony star. Or, I guess it is an indoor inside balcony. It's a very weird ledge right there to build into a haunted house.
Right.
It's just like, oh, this door opens up to a balcony that doesn't go anywhere.
And think of what a fire hazard that is. Like imagine being stuck on the balcony and then your evil twin brother, because like as a rich person in a big mansion, you have one of those. Like he just decides to light the library on fire. You're just dead. You're stuck there.
Yeah, because I mean Mario can like fall from a distance and not take much damage, but most other, creatures can't.
Right. Also, that was such an iffy MIPS grab from Mr. Link. He grabbed the MIPS like right at the end of Mario's like.
Yeah.
Like, you see that? He was about to stop.
Yeah, it was just slowing down and just barely.
That's one of the most infuriating things about I don't own a JP cart, so I've been running 16 star in English, and like dealing with slow MIPS and trying to grab them in front of the door is just such a pain.
Oh.
Because if you don't purposely slow yourself down a
Right.
lot, you'll end up diving way in front of him.
Right.
Or you'll just have to catch him mega early so you can't get a good camera. Link2k having much better luck with pillarless this time around.
Yeah, that was much better. Not spending a lot of time. Didn't even need a backup, I think.
Yeah, so overall for both these runners, this stage is going much faster than last time.
Yeah. Nice. They got their warm up done. They got all the kinks worked out. And Haka already done, so gonna be headed into LLL.
All right, starting out with Red Hot Log Rolling, a decision I can fully support, although my personal preference is starting with Reds. Like text box routing in this game is also just like kind of an interesting thing that you have to think about as a runner. Like what star are you most comfortable with having to start from a text box going away?
And just all the levels where I just expect there to be a text box and then there actually isn't one. It's just like, how is there no text box at the beginning of Fire Sea?
Yeah, or like I recently for some reason I've started expecting a text box in the later stars and womps. And I'm like, why do I think this is gonna happen?
Yeah,
like,
okay. Later stars and womps starts to that's a little weird.
Right? Like I don't know. I think it's just from like I've practiced like a couple different stars with the text. Like I've practiced Alice with the text and Canonless with the text. So like maybe, my brain was just kind of thinking like, oh, you're going towards the tree, there's gonna be text. But
Yeah,
like that's not the case at all.
Oh, Haka taking a burn there into the volcano.
So he's just gonna go ahead and go on with elevator tour instead of lava boost.
Ooh, okay. Oh.
And Link2k making some questionable life decisions going for triple jump lava boost, but does make it handily.
That bully had his eye on him, but doesn't cause any damage. Allows Mr. Link to go and collect the star.
That's the one positive thing I'll say about triple jump boost is the bully is just completely irrelevant if you succeed in triple jump boost.
Right.
You just have so much height that he doesn't even have the opportunity to try to hurt you.
I think there's it's either that bully or one of the ones nearby where in all coins you have to knock the bully off into the lava and then just go back and collect the coin before it can fall into the lava and disappear forever.
Oh no.
Yeah, this
That
is
sounds terrible.
all coins is just the routing and just the tech and just the sounds miserable.
I could certainly believe it. Like, miscellaneous categories have also just been on the rise lately, like all boxes.
What is all boxes now? I've heard a lot about it, but or I should say I've heard a little bit about it, but I don't really know what it is.
I'm pretty sure it's just break every like question mark or exclamation point box in the game. So like you break all the coin boxes, all the one-up boxes, all the hat boxes,
Okay,
all
all
the
the hat
stars that are in a
boxes.
box.
Okay, well that's. Is there
All
good
the
routing
stars
for
that
it
are in a
yet?
box, I'm pretty sure. I think there's some decent routing, and it's like a medium length category. I want to say it's like high 30s, low 40s for the current record.
Huh? I would expect more somehow. I guess when you don't actually have to collect stars at some point, it makes it a lot easier.
Yeah, I think it's only like a 15 or so star route. I forget exactly, or
Wow, that's
like
even
a 16 route.
shorter than I thought. But then, once again, once you can move around the castle however you need to, it's not really a problem. So you can see Mr. Link's elevator star here.
And it might even be like slightly more than 16 because I know like there's a star in Wet Dry World that's in a box and a star in THI.
Mr. Link with a big jump. Very
SPLJ is
excited.
banned in it. Yeah, I figure. Huge jumps.
All meme categories ban SBLJ unless noted otherwise. And there's no reason for it to be allowed, yeah.
That's an interesting move that I mean I'm glad they made because like imagine running a meme category with SBLJ. That would just be hell.
Oh, yeah, just like I wouldn't run meme categories. 15 star
15,
feels.
yeah, imagine, okay, so 15 star would be you spawn Mips, grab him, take him through the wooden door, and then just, I guess, set him in front of the fire sea door while you do SBLJ, and he just has to watch.
I need someone to
And then do
watch me while I
DDD skip.
SBLJ. That's why Mips has to be there.
Oh, 15 stars, 1 star from each stage. Huh.
I like the
That's
other.
an
I like
interesting
yours better.
category. Just making Mips watch.
Did Mr. Link just miss a chest there, or was I focused elsewhere?
I was also slightly inattentive, so I'm not exactly sure.
I think he got it. I think he just had to double back for it. And really enjoying that on emulator, it doesn't take any lag here. Can just stare at the whirlpool as much as they'd like and just be, wow, look at that whirlpool. That's really nice.
What an effect. Thanks, N64. What particles?
What particles?
Such snow, very bubbles. Wow. Like, I gotta say, like, I really like the submarine star, but I honestly hate Manta and chests. Like, chest is kind of okay, but like Manta just ruins DDD for me. It makes me have just a bad taste for this stage.
Manta feels so good though when you get that first ring, not like the first one that you like is fine, but like you get that one it's like, oh, I got the movement to swim right over and grab the first possible ring, and now I have like 10 backups if I need it. It's a good feeling.
All right, Link2k with a rear sub, very iffy angle there. He was way too close to the edge than I'd like.
I was a little nervous there, but they
All
get
right,
it.
now Haka going to be setting the benchmark in Fire Sea. Got lava boost in the last run. Let's see if he can do it again here.
Oof.
Oh man.
Oh, he didn't get the jump they want either. Mr. Link, though, we're going to wrap up DDD. Will be joining us in Fire Sea.
Haka missing the triple as well. He's going to have to go for just standard early Ellie's, which is going to be much more iffy.
Oh, and just
He missed the red there?
melting, yeah.
Well, at least he gets this very, very easy landing here.
Yeah, no, that's
at what cost?
Best they could possibly hope for. What happened to Mr. Link there? Did they hop back in the level by accident?
I guess so, yeah. Their star count's exactly the same as Haka's, so I'd assume that was on purpose.
Probably not the quickest way to save time, but I'm willing to let it play out, see if it works for him. Oh, man.
Oh, the bonk there.
Both runners just not succeeding there.
Fire Sea is just not a stage that you should reasonably expect to succeed in my opinion.
Yeah.
At least not for a while.
I mean, you can basically get good at like not dying, and then it's gonna take some work.
And trying to get consistent early cycles is just, oh, it's so stressful.
Oh, just tries for the lava boost, but doesn't really matter. Elevator's on its way down. Okay, so we're probably about a minute behind Hakasay, Mr. Link is.
This is, I think, still much closer than the first game, so...
Oh, yeah, no, absolutely. So, Mr. Link definitely...
maintaining some definite hope for Mr. Link.
That's one way to get back up to the top of the platform there. And yeah, it's definitely going to be more than a minute. I forgot all this extra movement. Again, being so focused on 16 recently, forgot that you have to click the star there.
Yep, and that star is like in kind of an awkward position in my opinion. I'm not the biggest fan of it where it spawns. Haka having a little bit of trouble with Wet Dry 100 for some reason.
Oh, nice little wall kick there. And Mr. Link going to go ahead and wrap up Fire Sea here. So yeah, this is a much closer race than last time. Haka almost done with their Wet Dry World 100, which is, of course is a route I love. Of course, you only see it in 70.
Yeah, it's a cool 70 specific star. Like, you know, Lethal Lava Land Lava Boost is also kind of cool, but like the fact that you're doing 100 coin in this category as well as just in a different arrangement with a different other star, like that's so cool to me.
Yeah, that you can just mix it up with different things. Like, I love it when, you know, different routes have, you know, you're staying in the same position. And it's just like, wait, in this route you go this way, and in this route you go that way? What? How, shouldn't it be the same if, you know, you're trying to save time? But
yeah. And also, like, the secret standalone route from 120 is such a neat route, too.
Oh, no. Needs to...
Okay. Oh, no. Okay, backup star. You back up the star. Yep. Good.
Smart move.
Just abort right there. You don't even touch that anymore.
Way to think on their feet. I probably would have just run around trying to find 10 coins.
Yeah, exactly as Badronis is saying, like, why chase the one coin? Like, it's always tempting because you're like, oh, like, I can definitely get back to the blues.
Right, yeah.
No.
You do it because you thought you were going to be successful grabbing that coin and then grabbing the blues and moving right on.
Yeah.
But yeah,
So Link2k getting restarted with 100 coin at least. But that's going to be some brutal time loss, unfortunately.
yeah, it's for sure they didn't get too far away from that backup, but that is. Let's see if they. All right, having a little better luck this time. And making their way, getting the last, I should say, the next couple secrets. Avoiding the amp.
And a nice little hop there. All right, now Hacker getting himself right up to the top of the town.
And that should be it from Hakasay, right? Moving on. Moving on to THI.
All right, and Link is able to successfully finish out his 100 coin this time around at least.
That's good. I've in the race so far, or in the I should say the tournament so far, we've seen some interesting ways to back that up, including a long jump from over where the one of the elevators is, and of course the kind of more standard back I've seen, which is do a triple jump wall kick off the arrow platform. So
I could say having some major problems in THI with the ending of secrets. It's like about the same as what happened to him last run, just a little bit worse this time around.
Yeah, we were saying just a few minutes ago, just it's still a pretty close race, and now you can see the lead starting to build for Hakasay here. Oh, that's unfortunate. That's what happened to Mr. Link last time too.
Yeah, like just complete repeat of the last run. Are you sure you're not just playing the VOD again?
I can check, but that would be very. Someone would have had to like sneak that up on me. That's definitely not intentional.
We got some type of sabotage interference in the back room of the Club 100 organization.
Damn, but you're the only person that has the key to the back room.
How do you know that?
Dun dun dun.
All right, Mr. Link finishing up top of the town. Commentator quickly trying to change the subject before his fraud gets realized.
Yeah, but both commentators really not interested in talking about any supposed fraud, audits, or investigations. Really just wanting to move on and hopefully no one asks any questions.
And speaking of not asking questions, Haka just killing the piranhas first, asking questions about their origin and sentience later.
I mean, considering the damage they try to do to you, I mean, I would claim a self-defense claim.
Yeah, I mean, I think he would probably get away with it, especially in like a stand your ground state or something.
In the stand your ground state, or just doing one of those Chewbacca defenses. The court, my opponent is a plant.
But it's a sentient plant, but it's still a plant.
Have we proved sentience so far? I see them just reacting to basic patterns.
I mean, they seem to be able to like target their flames. That seems kind of intentional to me. I don't know.
Is that just a product of great evolution? And Hakasay going for the more traditional way to grab the waterfall star compared to Mr. Link last time.
Yeah, that wall kick setup seems to be pretty consistent for him, even though he does a lot of the time require 2 wall kicks, it looks like. Oh, Haka, I'm not sure quite what happened there. I guess his angle must not have been quite the best off the log there.
Yeah, we'll have to see.
Let's check it out.
Oh, just didn't get a good wall kick.
Like killed his. Wait, did he get an Inviswald or something?
Hell,
That almost looked like a bonk of some kind, or
yeah, that was
just weird.
Definitely didn't get a lot of momentum off the wall kick there.
And Link2k, it looked like ground pounded a tad early.
Yep.
Yet somehow still grabbing the star with the end of that. Okay. Huh.
That is one of those interesting patches of land in Tiny Huge Island where you jump and you don't jump very high because this is the huge part of the island.
Yeah, and it's like it. I think it's just reacting the same way as like certain types of sand.
Right.
But it's like I think it's like one of the only patches of grass in THI that does that, and it's just weird.
Yeah, no, it's.
What really sucks is if you're playing randomizer and a box that has a star in it spawns there, but it's too high up for you to jump from
Yep,
the bottom.
yep.
You to somehow hit it from above. It's just God. It's stuff like that that made me just quit playing randomizer entirely.
You know, oh, Mr. Link missing the angle they need for the mushroom, so just gonna go for the Reds backup here, I guess.
Haka also taking a little bit of time to set up his angle here. Not sure why these guys aren't just like using the like cam setup for it. Because Haka did take like a couple seconds to line that up, and
Right.
like you can do an almost instant alignment pretty much if you move carefully from the start of the course.
And Haka here, waking the breeze. Which the breeze has to be conscious because it's not there all the time. It waits for you to be there and then appears.
Just completely out of nowhere. There's no cloud or anything in sight, which is strange because they do give you, like, on the same mountain, a cloud that blows a breeze at you.
Yep.
So it's like, how much effort would it have really taken to put those clouds everywhere that there's a breeze? 0 out of 10 video game, Nintendo. It's obviously rushed. They put no time into this.
0 out of 10. Why are we even playing this? Stream's over. Goodbye, everyone. Thanks for being here.
mrlink2k. A little bit of strange movement, but he's found himself on the log now.
Frickin' took out that frickin' fly guy. It's like, screw you, fly guy.
He's just done with his shit. Snowman's big head coming out from Hakasay. It's one of my least favorite stars. Like, it shouldn't be as hard as it is.
How is it so bad?
And now Haka going for the double speed kick movement for his whirl from the freezing pond, but ending up aborting at the last second. I think he was probably just scared that he couldn't get the double jump out in time, which that was a reasonable fear, I think, with how late his second speed kick would have been.
Mr. Link here. I think he's gonna need a one more star after this. Oh, Haka not getting into the. What is that? It's not an igloo. It's frozen.
I feel like it's just an ice block that like someone was gonna carve into a shape, but then they just kind of gave up for whatever reason.
Just like, oh, working with ice is difficult and cold and painful, so I'm gonna stop after cutting some nice right angles.
Technically, it's referred to as the deep freeze based on like
deep freeze.
the name itself.
Yeah, that name's getting a bit ambitious there. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, I mean it's not very deep, and like it is frozen, but there's also a lot of hollow areas into it. So
you would think they would have had like a like the star near where the bully is, where that pond that like burns you. That would have been a deep freeze star.
Oh yeah. It'd be really neat if they had like put in a metal cap somewhere in this stage, and the metal cap allowed you to not get burned by that like ice water area thing, and then like have a tunnel leading down from there that goes to a little tiny cavern with the star.
Yeah, Nintendo just again 0 out of 10, rushed out the door.
To be fair, as many ROM hacks have unfortunately demonstrated, trying to use the camera of this game in an enclosed space just doesn't work.
How did Nintendo manage to make the cams work in either mode decently well, and every ROM hack is just like, we're not even trying Licky 2 cam, like just fuck that.
Like, I think part of it is how open they made a lot of the stages. Like, if you think about it, the most enclosed stages, like TTC and HMC. TTC, like, I remember in my casual playthrough, I kind of hated the camera in there. And then, like, HMC, even though it's enclosed, it's still big.
Right.
And so, like, the camera does have a lot of space to move around in. But, like, I just don't quite understand why they took all the way until Sunshine to figure out, like, just have the camera move out of bounds and you can have small areas work just fine.
And I wonder if that comes down to just features of the hardware, because I was actually digging into some of the like hardware internals and like the graphics internals of the thing, and it's like, do you have a function that can just tell you if like there's an object between the camera and Mario, and just like, sorry, we don't have that, so we can't tell if there's out of bounds or not. So
Interesting.
yeah,
Oh. Oh yeah, SSL pyramid. Yeah, but Jordan is pointing that out in chat. That area is super enclosed too. And the
right.
camera kind of misbehaves a lot in there, especially when you get towards the top where it's actually like really thin.
I mean, granted, considering this is the like first 3D platformer,
I mean, you can't quite say that. Bubsy 3D came out like 2 weeks earlier.
I mean, the first mass major critical hit
The
3D
first
platformer,
good 3D platformer.
the first
first
good,
non-cash grab 3D
yeah,
platformer.
it's the one everyone remembers as the first.
Yeah, like if you just have a fever dream of a video game with tank controls, it doesn't count.
Right. I remember driving with my mom and my brother to Toys R Us to go pick up the Nintendo 64 the day it launched.
Oh, that must have been so exciting.
And mostly being like, I was confused with like, I mean, they got the Mario game obviously, but I was surprised like you had to pay, like it didn't come with a game. Like, what's the point of selling a console separately that doesn't come with a game?
Right. Just sell it with Mario. Who doesn't want Mario?
Right, exactly. Just like they don't, you had to pay separately for Mario. It just blew my mind as a kid. Oh, I got a Nintendo 64. Did you get any games? Nah, just like turning on the TV and seeing the blank screen.
At least with the GameCube, like you can have that cool cube animation. Oh no, Link2k missing MIPS and having him go backwards here. Let's see how skilled he is on a backup grab here. Not too shabby, honestly.
Yeah, it only one little lap around, so not could have been a lot worse.
But meanwhile, Hakasay just ripping all the way through HMC, and with that, he's going to be heading on up to Tippy and trying to close out this race with another really nice, solid, like low 52 type time. And I think with a really good Tippy, he could potentially 51 with this. But I think, like, especially after that Snowman's Land, it is going to be a little bit hard pressed.
And let's see what Mr. Link can do in HMC.
Oh, no triple jump coming out, unfortunately.
Interesting wall kick there. I've never seen that before, actually.
All right.
Oh,
again!
Takes a ground pound too. Can't even back it up.
So unlucky.
That
is so unlucky. We need a replay of that. I don't know if it's too late.
I think it might be too late. Yeah, we are too late on that. We can only get the replay of the death, unfortunately.
Man, that's unfortunate. And then just the dead wall kick there.
And you can see why in game one we were talking about they were going for noob cruiser movement, and we were surprised, but that's what happens.
And here it is again.
You know what? That is what I wanted though, is just to see some attempts, because any attempt might be successful, and then if you don't die, at least it's not that big of a time loss.
Yeah, I mean, at least they went for it twice this time around instead of just once. It felt a little strange how they just completely backed off after only going for it once in that last race, but this time around it makes a lot more sense.
Whenever I'm on runs, pretty much racing or not, 2 is my limit on a trick. That then it's like, if this isn't working, then it's time to move along.
And now I believe Link2k got his Lakitu bounce first try in his last run, and I think he's pretty much done with HMC at this point.
Right. So we have to see if they can make up some time.
Okay, no, he does have one more started grab because of the whole TTC reroute he does, but I think we are having a decently closer race this time around than last time.
That boulder, I think got him last time too, or some unfortunate boulder RNG.
The boulder RNG can just be really nefarious, especially when you're trying to do like the optimal movement with like the quick double jump towards the end. Like sometimes the boulder RNG can not exactly get in your way to the point that like it would hit you unless you're jumping in order
Right.
to complete the star. Like it's weird how the boulders end up getting in your way sometimes.
I recently learned, or I guess not recently anymore, from the Super Mario 64 speedrun Discord that there is one out of 256 boulder paths that one of the boulders comes at you like when you're like to the door in the room there. It's like the boulder flies out all that way that far. It's like what?
I need to see a video of that.
I
What?
think someone had
That's
the video,
wild.
but actually, what someone had was just like a drawing of like all the paths the boulders can take overlaid, and then the one path in red where it's just like, and then this one just goes completely bizarre.
That is so weird.
Yeah,
Imagine encountering that in a run. That would just be wow.
yeah, just brutal. Just like thanks, 1 in 256 chance. Oh, Hakasay making their way through TTC 100 here. Let's see if they can maintain it and take a death.
And kind of like same story as last time. Unable to get the triple, so having to take that backup yellow box triple.
Not
And
too much
now,
time, but
yeah, it's really just nice to get the triple in the wall kick and like not have to worry about having to do the yellow box movement. That's really the main appeal, I think, at least. Like it just flows smoother.
man, some of these angles from Hakasay a little bit worrying me, but they seem to be working fine.
Did miss a kick there, but overall still moving fine. mrlink2k, 2 more stars in Rainbow Ride. But Hakasay is just about done. He's got 91 coins moving into the final box here.
And there's that 100th coin.
And this is what you're really glad to see is just when the star just goes well.
Oh,
And
yeah.
doesn't cause the race to just suddenly shift.
Yeah, we generally do want to see the runners perform, well. Even though I probably use replay more for, the mistakes, we definitely want to see the runners perform. Mr. Lincoln will be wrapping up Rainbow Ride there. Avoids the flame spitter.
And so with that, they will be in the same stage. Hakasay falling down on time moving triple.
Yeah. I think they just missed it. What happened?
So he got the triple, and then what?
Yeah, it just looks like they got kind of forced into the ceiling there and then forced down. I'm not sure.
That was so weird. I can't really say that I've seen that.
Yeah, that was.
What the hell?
They just ran out of space there.
That's a weird one. I mean,
Yeah.
I've seen a few weird like falls and bonks and such from Haka that I don't know. Maybe his cart's cursed. You know that whole creepypasta. Every Mario 64 cart is personalized apparently. So I guess Haka's is just personalized to be a pain in the ass to speedrun.
I mean, it's probably the most reasonable thing. Also, I have a theory that because the carts are just getting to be like 20 years old past that, they're just kind of breaking down in weird ways, and so any glitches we start seeing more and more of are just like, oh no, that's just, a bit didn't fire when it should have.
Yeah, that'll be kind of interesting to see like how the community has to adapt whenever the original hardware starts to really fail. Because I'm
Right.
sure Nintendo really has no interest in accurately reproducing the console.
Who cares about having to reproducing produce the controller, please? God damn it, Nintendo! Can we get some first-party fucking controllers?
Yeah, you're gonna reproduce the GameCube controllers for Smash, but
Yeah.
you won't just give us a little piece of plastic stick? Like, come on.
Yeah, come on. Like, how hard could that fucking manufacturing process be? Or just like open source and at least let everyone fucking more detailed than the patent. Just let us have it.
Yeah. I feel like the only real way that or like I feel like what would have to happen whenever hardware starts failing is like someone would need to develop an FPGA solution, kind of like the Super NT, where like it's basically the original hardware but made with modern components.
Right.
But the only problem with that is like the Super Nintendo and the Genesis and such are pretty simple hardware by comparison to the N64.
I think the controller works similarly, or maybe it was. Yeah, and I've always wanted to actually understand how like the input displays work and exactly what bits are going over the lines, because actually pretty cool how all that hardware works.
Yeah, it's really neat how the input displays are able to work by like intercepting the signal rather than like I've seen some people claim that like, oh, I don't want to use an input display because it causes delay. But like when you know what
Yeah,
an input display is actually made of, there's no way
it,
that's
it, can't,
that's
it can't.
possible.
That's not how electricity works.
Like it's not like your inputs have to be fed through a little microchip or
Right,
something.
and
Like it's
output. Yeah,
literally just tapping into the line that's directly connected still between console and controller.
yeah.
And
No,
it's
that's
also weird, like when you have an input display where like mine, I can see the lights on the Arduino and
mm-hmm.
you can actually see when the console is pulling the controller because it isn't always. Like when you grab stars during the fade out, like I think right when the screen cuts
Oh, that's
completely to
right.
black,
Yeah,
yeah, the console just stops pulling the controller for a
right.
sec.
At the beginning of the when you start up the console or start up the game, and I think you hit start and it goes dead a little bit before file select too.
Yep. Yep.
And also, if you have an input display hooked up, when the demo plays, the buttons light up during the demo, even though you're not pushing any buttons on the controller.
Yeah. It's neat how like the demo is effectively like a task replay, like just built into the game.
Yeah, no, that's. Think about how much better we could compare speedruns if we had just like the machine made a little file. Hey, here's all the movements you did.
That's one thing that's like nice about using N64 and like using EverDrive and stuff. Like, there's a ton of really great stuff, like as far as saving files that you can do. Like with Ocarina of Time with the practice ROM GZ, you can actually save states to a file on your SD card and distribute them
Right.
to other people.
Yeah, no, that's dope. Imagine, yeah, as we say, hardware starts to fail, you'll just see more like, well, EverDrive's allowed, or EverDrive with you do this very specific timing
Yeah,
is allowed,
because
or
I'm not sure like if people have ever tested, but I don't think that EverDrive loads are that much different from standard cartridge.
yeah, I think it's
They're
just
different at
no
all.
one's proven they're the same, so people don't want to go with that.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, Mr. Link 2K, a little bit of a bobble there, but Hakasay throwing Bowser pretty wide. He still has at least one more miss that he can pretty well make before
Right.
Link has a real good shot here. So let's go ahead and Link taking a big fall there.
That's gonna.
Haka with a oh,
Wow, it does get
what?
that throw.
Okay.
And that's probably going to be the nail in our coffin for this race and the best of three.
Yep. Haka just needs one more throw now, and
Yeah.
Link 2K is still not quite in the pipe. I don't think that one will be it, but Link on the wood blocks here.
And this turned out to be a lot closer race than I thought.
Yeah, I wasn't okay. That's gonna be GG from Haka.
GG's.
It was a little hard to tell for a little bit there exactly where they were in relation to each other, but yeah, like this came out a
Oh,
lot closer than I was expecting.
the Goomba's just trolling Mr. Link.
Yeah, 53-33. Not quite the time that he got in that last race, but
Right,
still more than enough to take the win tonight. So
right. But
with that, Haka is going to be moving on to the finals.
GG's Haka. Congratulations. We'll see Mr. Link finish up here. And Mr. Link, if they hadn't taken made a few mistakes there, easily could have been in this. So hopefully we will
Yeah,
see more.
especially like that unfortunate fall during triple jump wall kick. Like without that, this would have
Right,
been really, really close.
right. And GG's in chat from Mr. Link 2K, so knows it is over with a 54-19 compared to Haka's 53-33. That is game two. Both the games going to Hakasay. So that is our best of three. Let's see if we can get any of the runners in here for an interview. So we got. Well, thank you for being here with me, Electric. That was enthralling to have you commentary for both races.
Oh, but of course, it's been nice to watch some more 70 star again after ignoring 54 of those stars for a while.
Oh yeah, I feel like everyone's kind of doing 120 star recently, just kind of on PB grinds and things, and he Simply's got the 16 tournament going on, and GSA is off for the break, so gotta get some 70 action going.
That's for sure. And so we've now got both racers in the call with us, both Haka and mrlink2k. Starting with Link2k, how are you feeling after those two races?
I mean, other than like some really, really stupid parts, I played pretty well.
I'd agree. Yeah, no, it was not. It didn't that one mistake kind of tilt you and set you off course there, and recovered pretty nicely. So, and then congratulations to Hakasay.
Yo, what's up? Thanks, guys.
What can you say? No, you took a 2-0, so you'll be moving on to the grand finals.
Yep, I'm looking forward to it.
That you will face whoever wins between Flixer and Holopinecone. So, should be a good match regardless. But again, 53-33. How are you feeling after both that race or that run and just 2 games?
Yeah, I was surprised because I was PB pace pretty deep into both runs.
That's right. The first run, especially, I noticed
surprising.
that. Yeah, no, I was checking those splits, giving little updates because you were hewing pretty close the whole time. So
Yeah, it's way better than I could have expected to perform for a race, so I'm pretty happy with it.
no, that's you put in quite the effort. So GG's.
Thanks, man.
I don't think there's any last words between the runners.
No.
Well,
I kind of hope that Holopinecone wins the other semifinal because he's the only person I dropped a race to this whole tourney.
That would make a
So,
fun, dramatic final too. So we will have to see. Well, I just want to say, Mr. Link, thank you so much for your participation in the league. It has been fun to have you. I hope to see you in the future tournaments.
Yeah, I think there's still a bronze match though, right?
Yes. Oh, that's right. No, there is a bronze match. So you will see there. We will see you there rather. And that one will be determining whether you get a third place prize pool payout or a fourth place one, which I believe is somewhat big difference. So a lot on the line.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, again, thanks to the runners. Thanks to Electric for being here. Thank you for everyone for the follows. PKT Distinct for the raid. Oh yeah, no, we had representatives here, of course, from Cringe and CCG. So happy all the Mario groups are getting out here and competing. Collins VG, thank you for the follow. So, and chat, thanks for keeping us company the whole time. It's been fun.
Peace out, everyone. Thanks so much for having me, BDF.
Oh, yeah.
GG to the runners for awesome runs.
Hey, you're always welcome here in these parts, in these Club 100 parts. So, thanks again.
All right.
Well, I believe that is it for tonight. Excellent. Thank you for joining us for this semifinal match, best of 3. We will be back tomorrow at, I believe, 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific. Yes, 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific tomorrow for Flixer versus Holopinecone in the next semifinal match. So I really hope you can make it to that one. Should be another great race. And then we will have our finals and bronze match set up. So very exciting. One last time, I will say charity stream. We are raising money for Feeding America, and I am matching 1-to-1 money to the prize pool. So you donate money to charity, I put money in the prize pool. Pretty much everyone wins. So hope to see some more donations come through. That'd be fun. And let's find someone to raid. See what's going on. Who we got going on here? See what's going on in the Mario world. Yeah, cool. Genesis is streaming. She's pretty cool. So, and she's playing Mario right now. Excellent. Good timing. So yeah, go give Geneticist some love, and I hope to see you back here tomorrow. That would be awesome to have you. Later, bye. As I get some loud engine noises outside. Later, everyone.